Have you ever heard of Tina Freeney? Tina is a stand-up comedian with cerebral palsy from New York. She has a very nice play on the podium when she's there. She's very funny. She's really self predicting. She talks about herself and stupid things she does. She is really funny. So Tina Freeney, you should look her up. She says in one of her stand-up comedy acts that she has this kink. And the kink is that you know that you did something, said something super embarrassing. You felt it was the most embarrassing thing on the planet. And you think about it for years. And you're like, oh no, what if they go and remember what I said? Because it was so super embarrassing. And then years later, you have been really speculating about this because what if you ever meet that person again? Then you find out the person is dead. And all of a sudden, you have been anxious, you have been nervous, you have been thinking about these embarrassing moments for so many years to no avail. And that's what I'm going to talk to you a little about. So imagine when someone, a bad person, let's call him or her bad, really hurts you. And we're talking about bad hurting. It could be physical, emotionally, other ways that is really so inappropriate, so hurting, so bad, so devastating for you that you feel you can never get over it. It could be a friend, it could be an ex-friend, and a parent, a family member, whatever. And you feel that that person has a very strong tie with a strong chain to your heart or to another part of your body that I can never let go. I need to hold on, really, like, I need to hold on because that was so devastating. That was so painful for me. And what is here is that you have to remember, is it you or is it that person that's holding on to the pain, to the emotional pain, to the stress, to the humiliation, to the devastating acts that once took place? What I want you to think about here, and I have really helped many people look at it from a different perspective, and it's going to be even harder, what I'm going to tell you later. So, if you want to understand why people do bad things, you have to really understand who they are. Let's wind a little bit out of this and then think about an example. Let's take Hitler, Adolf Hitler from Germany. Do you think really, and I'm not taking any stance here, but do you think that he would say, if you could ask him now, were you or are you an evil, bad, wicked person? Do you think he's going to say, yes, I did this out of evilness. I did this because I genuinely do so and so and so to people. I want to hurt people. Or do you think he was like, no, it was to purify the German race. It was to purify the Aryan race. I wanted to make the perfect country. I wanted to make the Third Reich, like the Third Kingdom. Even because at some point they mentioned that from the Bible they would create the paradise, the glorified place for only white people and so on. When they justified it to themselves, I have read some of the books about it. They never talked about being evil. They talked about purifying, making things better. I mean, okay, that's twisted, I know. And I'm not taking a stand here. I really despise what they did. So when you think about that, think about, just try to be open to the principle here, right? think about some person who have hurt you. Is that person really that evil? Was there something that that person was trying to do? If other people would ask them, other people would maybe say, I have met this person, I've never seen an evil trait in that person. And I'm telling you these things to lead you to a very special conclusion later on. So the other thing you have to remember here is that when something bad is done, if you hurt other people, imagine the pain and agony that person must be in, himself or herself. I have met and I have helped a lot of people from all walks of life who were and are suffering from what happened in previous wars, all the way back to World War II. Because they said, my grandparent did so and so, and my parents did so and so, and my mother or my father or something, they did this and that to me. So then it's a generational event that happened to you, right? So one person may have been engaged in a horrible war, seen things that no person should ever see, and they come home, they are devastated, they live a painful life, they can't do anything but transfer some of that pain to their wife, to their husband, to their children. And then that transcends again to the next generation. And people talk about, that's so horrible what that person did, or that person was so and so and so, and that's how we are in the family. But I decided I want to stop it. I don't want to be part of that anymore, but I am hurt by it. I have seen people who say, I saw that person in my family commit suicide, and that have affected me ever since, of course, right? So imagine how much pain and sickness, or both, these people who could have been nice and decent are. So people who hurt others, in order to get out of that stronghold, I mean, as I say to many people, the worst thing that could actually happen for you, my friend, is that perpetrator, the person who did you wrong, would die. And they would say, no, I would want nothing better. It was the only thing I want, for that person to die and pay for his sins. But the thing is, in many cases, when that have happened, we have seen so often that even when the perpetrator dies, the victim is still in agony, is still in pain, still saying, yeah, I remember, and that person did, and that was horrible to me. Yes, it was. I agree. But you allowing them to have an anchor into your heart that they can hold you with, like a strong, strong chain that is tying all the way down to the grave. But let me ask you this one. Can a dead person hold on to a physical chain and hold your heart down? Or is it you holding on to that chain, doesn't dare to give it up, to let go of it? Is it you who doesn't give up? Because the dead person, promise you, doesn't do anything anymore. So maybe it's you that is holding on to the pain, which is understandable, but it changes perspective completely, turns the thing around 360 degrees. And when that chain in your heart is stuck there, there is one thing, but there's not much you can do to really release it. So, two things you can do. You can ask questions to yourself and let's say that person is dead. Ask virtual questions to that person. Did you do it to hurt me? Or were you in so much pain and agony that you inadvertently forced it onto me? Which in some cases is the truth. Yes, I know there is people full of evilness and badness, and I am really understanding this because I have seen so much of this. So one way, the only way I know of to break the chain, the bond between the victim and the perpetrator, and here comes the hard part, that's forgiveness. When you allow yourself to say, I forgive what the person did to me, you are setting yourself free of that anchor into your heart and emotions. You cannot do this with evil. You cannot say, I am gonna bomb, and I'm gonna kill you till you die second time. It doesn't do anything. It's you who's expressing anger towards a dead person. It's futile. It's waste of time. And it's waste of energy. So change the narrative. For my own sake of freedom, for my own sake of sanity and emotions, I will forgive that perpetrator. I will really, from the bottom of my heart, I forgive that person. Is it easy? No. No, it's super difficult. There's ways you can do it. But you have to think about forgiveness. You have to forgive that person. You have to really think, in order to become a new me, a better me, a more free me, I will forgive that perpetrator. Because that is one of the only things that really will break the chain so you can break the bond. And then leave the dead to be dead, or leave the haters, leave the bad people, leave them behind, turn around, walk away, never look back. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve to have the freedom to see you, to affect you, to do something to you. In your heart, you never say it to that person. We don't want to give that person this joy of being forgiven, and they're going to say, forgive me for what? You're dumb. I only tried to correct you. I only tried to show you the right way, and you needed to be disciplined. No. It's their hurt, pain, and anger that they are processing onto you, projecting it into you. Leave them. You have to leave them, cost what it will. There is no cost that is too high to leave such a person. Leave them behind. Forgive them. If you have ever tried anything where you have been in such a situation and you're fighting with it, you are struggling with it, if you are out of it, I would really like to hear from you about these situations, because this subject is so vast and there is not two single stories alike in the whole world. So please let me know and tell me, because we all need to learn from this.